started moving all our Bradleys. We moved them from one area to another area, and things that you would never see today due to safety reasons and stuff. They rented all sorts of just regular semi trucks, flatbeds, and loaded our vehicles on top. They didn't have buses for us, so it was like, hey, just ride in the back of your vehicle in the back of the semi truck. What? I mean, you think about it, it's like, wow, that's pretty freaking weird, you know? You don't see that stuff anymore, but you know what? It's combat. There's no rules back then, you know? And then on 22 January, FoxTroop were the first ones that actually led the division across the berm. And then within 100 hours, what's that?
13th Airborne Corps.
18th Airborne Corps.
It was a corps.
It's 18th Airborne Corps.
18th, but
I bet you about a kilo.
FoxTroop spearheaded
Yes.
and led the squadron, or the regiment rather, who was attached to 18th Airborne Corps. We were attached to them. But FoxTroop was the first one to go into Iraq against the war. And they told us our life expectancy was going to be how long?
Up to 15 minutes.
15 minutes, you won't be dead.
And I think me and Tilda was
And when you talk about a squadron leading a regiment, or a troop leading a regiment, that's some pretty special people. The tip of the spear,
supposed to go
the
across.
spear was Lieutenant Tilsley at the time and his crew. And he led not just the troop, not just the squadron, but the whole 18th Airborne Corps.
You know, can
Knowing
I
these
just say one
Yes,
thing,
sir.
interrupt you on this, that's all. I went to a briefing and they told me, hey, Lieutenant, you're going to be the lead scouts crossing the berms. The reason being was, I walked past this general, and this general was about the size of Scooter, and this general said to me, hey, Lieutenant, why do you keep your pistol in your Nomax? And I pulled it out and put it to his head like that. I said, you see why? And I thought, well, I'm going to get in trouble. So I get called to go to see Colonel Starr, the regimental guy, and they say, the 18th Airborne Corps Commander has asked for you to lead the whole thing. Well, let me tell you, the story gets a little better. You can tell from my funny accent, I grew up in another country. If you can't beat them, you join them. So I joined the Americans, right? But let me explain. I was thinking when I went to this briefing, how was I going to tell people like Scooter, you know, all my guys, because we're all the same, right? Just to tell them that they told me that we're going to have 15 minutes to live.
Maybe.
No, they told me directly. The guy, I was on the briefing thing, and they said 15 minutes. And I was thinking, how are these Americans gonna take it? And you know what? I always tell my British things that I've spent a lot of time with special soldiers, just say special soldiers. And these were brave people for me to suddenly tell them. Not one of them, I was thinking someone's going to cringe or cry when I tell them. But not one of them did. Not one of them. And then maybe they're too stupid, right? that was an option, right? But literally, that's what we got told, 15 minutes. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Tom, but that's how it came to me. And I remember, it's clear, I still have like dreams of the sun, the desert floor, about 2 in the morning for me to get back to Camp Cactus was where we were. And I was going to have to tell these guys, hey guys, because I always thought we were like the Dirty Dozen. Nobody would want us for anything, right? But now we were going to lead the 18th Airborne Corps, 3,000 vehicles behind. And guess here's another little unknown fact. We didn't have all the maps we needed.
Nope.
Nobody would believe that.
Nope.
No one would believe that.
No
Think
maps.
about that. It's like me telling you guys, okay, you're going to go that way, and you don't know what's over there, and people are going to shoot at you. That really gets you a little bit like, where the hell are we?
And so all that because you had to point your pistol at
Exactly. I didn't know that. I didn't know that one. I didn't know that. There you go. Go on, Pearl.
You didn't tell us that.
I know that. I forgot.
The bottom line is, my brother Gilbert, when I was told you go into Iraq, and I was told, you know, your life expectancy is 15 minutes, I called my brother. Shall we open it or what? It's hard. These guys got balls. Big balls. you're surrounded by brave motherfuckers. I know. I could not be more proud. And you know what? You all did well. You covered us with glory. The Hayes, what was his name? Fucking the E6 motherfucker who never did like.
Balance.
The balance. These fuckers, they couldn't wait for morning to come. They wouldn't even go to sleep. Let's go. I'm dying in 15 minutes.
That is true. We're sitting up in the
So
street
the
line.
shit is the fact.
Artillery started pumping.
We were fortunate to have a lieutenant like Lieutenant Tilsey at the time, because when I first saw him and his wife, I thought, what the hell is this? You know? But from the time that Lieutenant Tilsey came to the unit to today, all the way up till today, he was like the Omar Bradley for us. He was always a soldier's leader.
Yep.
He has participated in every single get-together we've had. He would not ask anybody to do nothing he wouldn't do. He made serious sacrifices, not only in the Persian Gulf. It was so evident of his leadership that when we came back, we were the only unit ever to go to the NTC and kick their asses in their own backyard in the history of the National Training Center.
Let me tell you
We
this.
also set every record in Hungary for the regiment.
Well, let me tell. The only reason I say this, Perales, is this: I was at the National Training Center. That was my next assignment. I will tell you, the tarantulas are what's called infantry trainers. The cobras are the tank trainers.
Yep.
When I arrived there, everybody, oh, you're a member of 2nd Squadron. Every observer controller, that's the people who grade you and the guide gun you, all they could talk about was 2nd Squadron and the 3rd Armored Cavalry Regiment, and they were known as the best unit who ever did a rotation at National Training Center in my period when I was at the National Training Center. There's another, I'm just saying, that's a fact. It's a factual fact.
Yeah, and the thing is, like I was saying about the history of it, don't take my word for it. Google it and read it for yourself. These guys didn't make history; they are history. They were there. Lieutenant Tilsey, with his leadership, and the sergeants and the young soldiers, and my gunner, who took me downrange and qualified a tank for me. I could not have asked for better, more motivated, bravest, the most courageous men I've ever known. And I did a year of Vietnam too. Vietnam was a cakewalk at the time. You say, well, you know, but it turned out we didn't have any casualties. My only regret, we lost one guy, Michael Daly, on the 1st of March from Klamath, Oregon. Tom Hyatt sustained wounds in combat operations. That's really the only regret. I wish that we would have taken 100%, got 100%. We didn't. But we were pretty successful. So having said that, we're going to now get down to the nitty-gritty. So here's the administrative bullshit I need to put out. That right there, as you all know, is the poker room. Right? There's a bathroom there, and there's tables. You can sit there. You want to sit here. You know, when night falls and you get a little tipsy and you want to take a nap, pull out your cot. Because I told my brother-in-law and my brother and his wife, I said, don't worry about my guys. They know how to take care of themselves. Also, my brother, Gilbert, this is his right. He's got, I don't know, 48, 49, 50 acres, whatever. There are wild animals out there. There's wild animals out there. There's cattle. Should you happen to be from the city and you cannot distinguish a cow from a bull, look between his legs. If you see 2 grapefruits hanging, stay away from it. Should you engage, as we do with Fox Troopers, we have been known to consume massive amounts of alcohol and engage in fisticuffs. Let me tell you, the use of clubs, rocks, 2x4s, strictly prohibited. Scratching, kicking, and biting is allowed. And last but not least, should you cozy up to one of my cows, my brother's cows, and you should decide to engage in some type of an intimate relationship, I brought you a little souvenir. Colonel, you're the first man up. A little souvenir to make sure you don't forget to wrap your rascal. So this is for Colonel Tilsey.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
And
that.
then,
Let's see, that's the back, and on the back it
That I'm
says
going to get,
FoxTroop
let me see,
Reunion,
Mr.
2000.
Garces. we're going to issue, let me see, Mrs. Isabel, the boss. Steven. There you go. Mr. Hale.
Rock the rascal.
Mr. Jones, where you at, Jones? There you go. Mr. Tomlin, where you at, Tomlin? There you go.
Yeah, you ain't calculating shit.
Mr. Hyatt.
Thank you.
There you go. Oh, before I forget, hold that thought. I'll be right back. I just remembered something. When you get to be 71, you get brain fart.
Well, it's gonna rain. Hurry.
No, it's not gonna rain. Watch.
Run.
Colonel, can you stop that rain?
I wish I could. I would give it all the Gilbert.
I heard all these good things. I figured you just go.
Point your gun at it.
I won't be able to do that.
Yeah, point your gun at it.
I could tell you a little known fact about Gilbert.
What's that, sir?
Right, no one else helped Gilbert. Right, okay? Name me 100 words, right, that don't have an A, a B, a C, or a D in 30 seconds. You can't do it, can you, Gilbert?
No, sir.
But everyone here can now. 0 to 99. 0, 1, 2, 3. If you can spell all the way to 99, doesn't have an A, a B, a C, or a D in.
Wow.
Amazing, eh? I was just saying that little known
I'm gonna
fact.
get a lot of free drinks out of that.
Don't worry, the kids
I can
will
use
sit-
that, right?
Yeah, the kids will sit there, 73.
There you
Oh,
go.
No, there's no way.
easy.
I know, right?
I'm gonna get a few shots out of that. Thank you.
No, that sounds familiar. I wonder who told you that.
You tried to take
Wait for
credit.
this guy. See, Stephen? He's giving him this guy. Oh, look at that. I'm a veteran.
Sorry, I was out of uniform. I'm a stickler by uniform. My brother, Gilbert,
And he said he brought his
decided
cap
that
and
she
he
wear
forgot,
proper
yeah.
attire when conducting any type of briefings or whatever. So we will continue. Estimbo. Where's Estimbo? There you
Where's
go.
Stimbo?
Betty,
Oh, there he is.
he got a story to tell you. Webb. Webb. Let's see. Drew. There you go.
Oh,
Porter AK Scooter. Herrera. Where you at?
Press it.
There you go. Huff. We didn't make it. Garces. My number one man. El Tiger.
And then what's my first?
hey, bro, let me see the back of that.
Go.
You always know that. I only.
Angie, household sick. What the
Yeah.
hell is
First
this?
name.
Angie.
There we go.
That's your boss.
That's what I said, AKA Household 6.
Yeah. Household 6.
Who the hell is this?
And,
Oh, it's JD, John David.
Right.
There you go.
in Danny's last unit, he was
Wrap that right.
Bigfoot and I was
Little
Littlefoot.
Gilbert. Well, it says Gilbert, Little Gilbert. There you go.
Baby Gilbert.
Baby Gilbert.
Yeah, what the hell?
Everybody knows your Baby Gilbert.
That shit'll be on my tombstone at the age of 90, hopefully.
That's so awesome.
There you go. I
Sylvia.
was telling you, I have a patient that I have a
Peggy Sue,
94-year-old
where you at?
patient
Wow.
that I went to visit at the he was at the
Theodore.
because I work at the VA
He's
in
running
Temple,
for
so I went to
office
visit him.
holder.
He
He
was in
calls
the
himself
hospital.
Ted now.
He was upset because his knee was hurting him and he wouldn't be able to go dancing. He and his wife go
Oh,
to
nice.
They wouldn't be able to go dancing until he recovered a little bit. But at 94,
Wow.
yeah, God bless him. His stories, I love to sit with, and tell them their stories. Yeah.
Where you go?
I got a.
Whoever you are.
Oscar.
Yours here.
Da, da, da.
Wait a minute.
Danielle.
She said it just got sunny. What? Oh.
You're gonna poke someone's eye out.
I didn't forget anybody. Of course, my nephew's wife. Did I leave anybody out?
Got one too.
Who else? Jones. I got Jones in here somewhere, but I don't remember.
Where's yours?
What is Jones?
I don't know. I didn't get one.
You don't get one.
Anybody else? No, he don't count. Anybody else?
He gets a special.
So next up, my brother, come on up here. We got something for you. On behalf of all the troopers and we would like to accept a small token of our appreciation for letting us use your house facilities, providing the hospitality that you have. Thank you very much.
Open it up. Yeah.
And now, Gilberto.
Now let's get to the drink.
And then
The other Gilberto.
how old is Junior gonna be? He's gonna be 71.
Who's the guy with the hair? Gilbert has attended.
Wait,
and
Tom.
before. Sure.
Is he in the Air Force? You told us he went in the military.
After that, well,
I told you not to say anything.
You told us you weren't in the military.
Fair enough.
He's the other one with the mustache.
I was gonna say somewhere. I'm just gonna outnumber this. So I'll wait for them all to pass out.
I get on my knees.
That won't be too long.
Yeah, give it another hour.
Hold on, do it again over here.
And Ted was in the Army. Don't forget Ted.
But they don't drink. I'll give him a bottle of water.
Oh, hold on. Just doing a video. Okay,
Ice
hold on.
water.
There we go.
All right. Now, of course, the Pasano Gilberto. Come on, Gilbert. Oh, shit. You're
Oh, baby.
here's your shit. Here's your Gilbert. That's big Gilbert. Don't you run away, shit. Gilbert has helped us tremendously. This is Mr. Porter. For all you, so you can reminisce about the old days of what is mezcal with the worm.
Oh, that's not gonna end well.
That's everything he named to me earlier.
Hey, come on over here, some mezcal. You got the big.
That's a shame.
That's a big worm too. They let that one grow for a while. When I guess I was buying cheap because the worms were real little in Mexico.
Yeah.
They were like this big. I never ate the worm. I never ate the worm.
Till now.
Till tonight.
I probably still won't eat the worm.
I wouldn't. Mom took hold for me. Can you hold the mom for me?
This one, it belongs to everybody because it will be made into Bloody Marys for tomorrow's breakfast.
Nice.
Little give us this to hold up.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Take care of that stuff. We want the jar back. That's what my parents tell me. We want the jar back. No, that's
Okay, so we're
that's
done.
Dad's. That's for Dad.
Dad wanted you to hold it.
Festivities begin.
No, that's Sylvia. That's her.
Thank you. I will mail help.
No, mine's
I
good.
will mail help.
Extra large.
Mine's extra large too.
I'm a grown boy.
I'm scared.
I'm somewhere
I got
between large and
We
extra
were
large.
in
Depends on the
Saudi
shape.
Arabia.
Depends on
Mr.
the time of the
Alfire,
month.
do you like tequila?
I feel a little bloated.
Yes.
Depends on the season.
Good. This is for Mexicans only. Go get all the Mexicans in your platoon and bring them over. Have tequila. So today, when I went to the liquor store, I got my 2-beer limit. That's what I bought over here today.
First beer and your last beer?
Closest I can find to 100% anus. Probably tastes like ass.
Alfire's gonna tell you a story, right? I mean, everybody's got a story here. These guys. Remember what the guy with the what happened to the 2 guys that were gonna go AWOL to the airport?
Oh
Get
Jesus.
their names. One of them was my roommate.
Yeah. This guy.
I took him to the airport.
You didn't tell us that.
Yeah, what?
Oh, guys
Co-conspirator.
well, actually, there were 3 and so. The first guy came in. He came in with his platoon and told me that he was a homosexual, could not be deployed. And you know me, class. I'm like, hey, I have passed the jury. You got to show me. So I said, okay. I got in front of my desk and I said, show me. If you can show me, you're out of here. He cussed me out on the way out, which was fine, okay. Then 2 other guys came in, and I guess they thought they were in, school or high school, because they came and said, we don't want to go to the Persian Gulf. Well, you don't have to go. If you want to go, don't go. Nobody can make you do anything for real. Yeah. What you got to do. So Alpaca then is keeping their eye on them, right? So these 2 yahoos go and buy 2 airplane tickets, right? To fly back home, pack all their shit. So me and Alpaca are in cahoots, right? So Alpaca tell me, hey, they're going to the airport, they got an airplane to do that. I call the MP, go pick up these 2 yahoos, bring them back. They got them, right? But there's so many stories. This is Isabel's favorite of all. Scooter, who was the other one? I don't know if it was Morton or who, who was so tired of the same shit. My briefings were like this. Okay, you peckerheads, it's Friday afternoon. Don't drink and drive, don't do drugs. If you go to Rio Doso, don't eat the yellow snow. And if you're gonna have sex with somebody, you gotta rat that rascal. So we said, this is getting old. This is not old, this is old. Let's do something, right? So we hired, what was the black guy's name?
Chicken George.
No, it wasn't Tim
No, what's
George.
it?
That's a different story. Yeah. Shoulder boots for the day
So
off.
we got Van der Horst, and we all pitched in and we ran a limo.
And a big black hat with a big gold band around it.
That's right. So we said, go find us a couple of hookers. So he finds a couple of hookers with a little negligee. I have a troop in front of me. I call them to attention, give them parade rest, and this big stretched black limo pulls up in front of the troop. The doors open and his long legs come out, and his two females come out. We're here to brief you on the proper way to wrap that rascal. You, come here. So they pull out a condom and they demonstrate. This is how it goes, this is how you use it, right? Okay, we're good to go. Okay, have a good weekend. Well, of course, my phone was ringing off the hook. God damn it. Somebody was pissed off because I didn't call him to let her know that she wanted to be there. And I had intended to bring the two hookers to do the briefing again. Unfortunately, one of them had a motorcycle accident and lost her leg. The other one, I believe, is 69. She's in a nursing home. And apparently there's rules they can't leave past a 50-mile radius. I guess I'll have to do the briefing, right? But we did that. And you're going to hear stories. They got a lot of stories to tell.
You forgot to say that a lot of the wives showed up for that and they weren't supposed to.
That's right. You guys remember the one? Remember Chicken George comes to me, he's cleaning weapons, and he tells me, Tom, can I have the afternoon off?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
What are you asking me? I asked your platoon sergeant. And he says, well, I did, but he don't believe me. He wanted me to ask you. I said, okay, so ask me. Well, can I have the afternoon off? Why? Well, my girlfriend, she's over there, right? She's a dancer. She's a topless dancer. And she's going to perform for the first time this afternoon, and I want to be there. And I said, okay, I'll tell you, I'll make you a deal. If she's going to be a titty dancer anyway, if she shows her tits to the whole troop, you can have the afternoon off. Come here, and she goes, I'll see you, Tom. I'm out of here. Garza will tell you, because she's the one. Right? I used to do an inspection, I would walk up to somebody and say, Jones, if I give you the day off, what would you do with it? Oh, Tom, I go out and work in my room. You don't need time off to work in your room. That's everyday business. Well, if I gave you the day off, what would you do with it? Oh, well, I'd probably go study. I got to go to that. You know, Garcia, what would you do if I gave you the day off? I'd go get laid, Tom. Well, take the day off. Bring me some proof. So what did you do the next morning?
Brought him some proof. Develop, here we go. Throw him in his desk.
Good soldier. Good soldier.
It was a lot of fun, but...
What do you do with him, Garza?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the question. There was no follow-up.
Garza was always he was the first one to get a pair of desert boots. He's so proud of it. The first one ever to get one.
I don't know why.
He was the only first sergeant at
He was the
Fort Bliss
first
have
one to go
barbecue
to
in
Saudi
his
Arabia, too. The Army
The
did
first man.
appreciate
The first one.
somebody
First man.
pulling a deadly weapon on a commissioned officer. I don't know why they get excited.
I'm gonna go make
I don't know what
you want
the deal
one? No.
was.
Yeah, I do.
Right,
Just
right.
like I'm here.
Yes.
Okay, you wanna give me a shirt? I
Did
can
I
put them
tell
all in
the
the same
first
place.
troop, Betty? What did I tell the troop when I first took over the troop?
We'll take the shirts in.
Let me tell you, cocksucker, something. And then, matter of fact, Angie was there, and she was wearing a red dress.
Oh, remember, huh?
Yeah, because First Sergeant took control. He got command of the unit. First Sergeant Hayes walked off. He told Angie something, and I just saw her walk over there. And First Sergeant turns around, and first thing he says, "Troop attention, great rest." Let me tell you, cocksucker, something. Two things in this world I despise. That's a ragbag soldier and lieutenants. I hate lieutenants with a fucking passion. He had his officers back there. Like, oh my God. But his reputation had preceded him. We had heard about him, and we were terrified, but we wanted to see. I wonder if it's true. It was.
I had something I used to tell people. When I make love to my wife, I do it in the dark. I can't do it in daylight hours. You want to know why?
Why?
I couldn't stand to see a civilian having a good time. I don't like civilians. Right? But we did a lot of crazy shit. We really did. But when the shit hit the fan, when it was time to step up, not every single officer, certainly. This reminds me too. Should you, for whatever reasons, decide to respect any condition, if you decide to say fuck you, it better be followed by a sir, because it's not going to be tolerated, right? But Colonel Tilsey at the time was without a doubt. He led by example. I don't care. He was the only one out there running his troops in fucking mop gear. This guy lost his mind.
He did kick Flynn though.
And Colonel Tilsey, by the way, decided to retire as a promoter. He could have been a general. But he was a good troop. Again, I can't thank you enough for being here. Yeah, Colonel Tilsey, Lieutenant Tilsey. So, well, I should have known that I'm in trouble, because I get there and Porter and somebody else took me to this bar. It was the poorest bar in El Paso. I knew that because the women couldn't afford tops and dresses. They had no clothes in the top. It was a really poor place, So we got a little fired up, of course. And driving down Montana. And I think to myself, oh shit, man, I ain't even took over the troop yet. I'm never going to get back. The officer signed his life. Y'all been drinking? Yes, sir, we sure have. So who's the sober of y'all? Oh, you look the sober. Take them home, man.
And don't let him out again.
Don't let him out again. Okay. So then the next morning it's drifting like today. We were living in Montana, so I'm driving to the unit to take over the unit, of course. And I see the soldier in the lane, so I pull over and I say, "Where you going, young man?" "I'm going to Fort. You jump in, I'll give you a ride." "What unit are you with?" He said, "Well, I'm in 3rd Armored Ft Bliss Calvary." "Oh, okay. What troop are you in?" He said, "I'm in FoxTroop." "Oh, okay." I said, "Guys, we got some asshole first sergeant coming in today, and everybody jumping to their asses. They say he's a real badass man." Ain't no fucking biggie. We'll see. Sure enough, man, I take over the troop, hand me the guide on, and I look across. "Dismiss, come here." I bring him to my office. He's scared shit. "I'm sorry, Tom, I didn't know what it was." Let me tell you something. It's gonna get better. You're okay. I can deal with that. But I scared the shit out of him. Anyway, all right, guys. Drink up, enjoy yourself. Need anything?
Hey,
I can't thank you enough.
I'm the only Air Force guy here, and somebody just said.
No. Time out. Come on, man.
And I said, "Yeah,
Come
I'm
on,
Air
man.
Force." I said, one thing I want to tell you.
Oh shit, here we go.
I want you to remember B-52s.
Hey, I thought you were in the Air Force too.
Allegedly.
My son was in the Air Force. I didn't talk to him for 10 years.